find unbelievable is the bullying in traditional media. That I think there are some traditional media outlets that are getting ruined by this administration, and it's ruined by their own deeds. If you put yourself out as, somebody who supports Trump or is, like MSNBC, is against Trump, at least you get it. You know what you're getting. But when you pretend like you're objective, but you're not, and you are angry, and you are, you are trying to kill and bully, I think that is killing, and I don't think they know it yet, but I think some of the trusted names in news are not trusted anymore because of this.
All right, joining us now with more, the man himself, TMZ founder, host, Harvey Levin. By the way, do you still get paid to have that much fun on that show? Because I watch your show. I can't believe you get paid to do that. Hang out with young people, joke around, and take home a big check.
Yeah, when your alarm goes off at 3 in the morning, Sean, then get back to me.
Well, 3 in the morning, you guys are still out gathering material from all those dopey Hollywood people out at the bars drinking that night. So,
okay.
I don't even know what your politics are. I really don't. I like your show because it's very entertaining. But you're in Hollywood. I'm sure you have a lot of liberal friends. But what you said here was so deep and profound. I think you're right. At least some networks, there's no pretense. You know who they are, what they are. People are smart enough. Fine. They can say what they want. But those that are pretending, there's a lot of those now. Their anger is so deep. Are they hurting themselves?
Well, I think they are. And I just think based on, what I've done for a living as a reporter for CBS and NBC in Los Angeles, as well as, other places, including TMZ, I have really grown to believe very strongly that the public gets it, that they're really sophisticated. And when people kind of go back and forth, and on the one hand they say, okay, we're this objective news source, and then on the other hand they have an agenda, I think people kind of get it. My thing, Sean, is this, that, look, I am really shocked that there is this feeling generally that, especially with people who don't like Trump, that you need to boycott him because if you don't boycott him, you're against us. And I think that when you look at people like Kanye West and you look at Steve Harvey, when they went to visit him, they got skewered as a result of that. And the reason I think it's so ridiculous is that if you're not in the game and if you disagree with some things that Donald Trump says, and I do, there are things I disagree with that Donald Trump believes, but when you disagree, you get in the game. And if you can have access, gain access, because this is a guy who clearly is capable of changing his mind when he's persuaded, because he's done that in the last month. So get in the game. But for, media outlets or others or people in Hollywood to say, sit on the sidelines, do not see him, don't try, I think is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring this up. I was trying to say that to Ted Koppel. People know that I'm a conservative. There's no pretense here. I've been on the air here at Fox 21 and a half years, radio 30 years. Most people can learn pretty quickly. Let me go back. You filled in, you actually took this hour one night, and I had interviewed Trump a lot. And you did an interview, and I watched your interview closely. I learned things about Donald Trump that I had not known, and he gave you incredible access that he hadn't really given many other people, because you were just asking questions. Tell me about your father. What does this picture mean to you? Where did this come from? And there was genuine curiosity and a genuine desire to learn. Isn't that missing?
I will tell you, Sean, that there are people who really criticized me for that because they said you didn't challenge him on various political views or social views. And, my feeling was, you don't always have to challenge somebody. The idea, for me at least, was I want to learn about this guy. I want to figure out how he became the person he is today through his life experiences. But that wasn't good enough for some people who felt like every time you go in, it needs to be a mission to kill or else you failed. And that's a very narrow, myopic view of what people do when they interact with a president or a senator or a sports figure or a celebrity or anybody like that, that it's not just one size fits all. And I think for some of the media, it is one size fits all. The idea is to challenge and go for the jugular.
All right, Harvey Levin, TMZ, he gets paid to have fun. It's unconscionable. Everybody in America should have that gig. When we come back,